All right, it looks like we're rolling. Here we go. So, Aquarius, this is you. This is Tarot Lumination, and it's your October 2018 generic kind of general report from the broad spiritual spectrum for this time period, okay? We're going to use this journey of the heart spread like we've used before. And it's just about the whole heart energy thing. It's nothing to do with like, what are my finances? What's my career? How's my health? Where's my boyfriend? Where's my girlfriend? Oh no, oh no, oh no. What's the lottery winnings? All of that stuff. No, it's not like that. So actually, before we get into it, let me do the bits of paper first. Okay, Tarot Illumination Astro Doodle. First of all, here it is. It's very, very minimal for the month. This is for October. And all I've done is pick out a few things that really concern Tarot Illumination. And I'm just sharing my concerns with you. The middle of the year has been very, very stressful and challenging for a lot of people with the T-squares and everything and all that stuff we've talked about before. Starting to shift a little bit here in October, soften up a little bit. The North Node in Leo is still under a lot of stress and pressure. That's for all of us, okay? And we have some specific dates here. We've got the Libra new moon. We've got the Taurus Scorpio full moon coming up. But the big thing that I'm most concerned about for this month is the huge Scorpio stellium that goes on and off throughout the month. So we'll look into that. So wherever this affects you, Aquarius, it does affect you quite directly because it's in a hard square with you, technically speaking. So, you know, we need to allow for that. Could be stressful, but we grow through our challenges. So let me pick out the key dates, okay? This is for everybody. I'm just pointing it out. October the 1st, Pluto goes direct in Capricorn after maybe 5 or 6 months of that retrograde. So at the very deepest levels of our souls and on the global scale, things are going to start to shift forward again at that Capricorn part in your chart. Next, October the 6th, Venus goes retrograde in Scorpio, wherever that sits in your chart. October the 8th, we have the new moon in Libra. That's when you get a chance to jumpstart a next chapter in your book of life, okay? Libra sun conjunct the Libra moon and vice versa. October 10th and 12th, that's when the start of the big Scorpio stellium piles up here. October 24th, we've got the full moon, Scorpio sun by this time, and the Taurus moon. So that's going to be very strong because there's a big Scorpio stellium and Uranus and Taurus is there and the moon's going to be there. So expect a lot of pressure on that axis in your chart, your life somewhere. October 26th, the Scorpio stellium magnifies yet again, okay? So be alert, Aquarius, okay? I've already mentioned the stresses of the Leo North Node. Lastly, before we get into the cards themselves, just a few things here, reminders. New Tarot Illumination membership program, okay? Click the buttons, there's one over here, or check in the links below. Personal readings, you know what to do. Visit tarotlumination.com. It explains everything. The next thing, it's kind of interesting. We're starting these new First Fridays healing events, first Friday of every month. Check the links and buttons below. If you want to look at the TL apparel and goodies, it's like a brand new little shop we're starting. Check the links below. If you want just to look at some of the books, check the links below. If you want to look at the satin silk scarf, check the links below. Okay, and wherever, I mean, it all kind of connects, or you can go to the About section or click some of the buttons at the end screens and things like that. Okay, you'll figure it out. You're very smart. All right, Aquarius, we know that. Okay, here we go. Cards were already well shuffled in advance, but I want to go to the last second so that you're a witness. We're going to use this journey of the heart spread on the understanding that your heart beats all day, every day for you, Aquarius. It's up to you to be aware of that and get as in tune as possible with your heart energy. Some people think of it in terms of chakras and stuff like that. My goal here with Tarot Illumination is to help you guys get so radiant that there's no distinction between any of your chakras. You're just one completely glowing disco ball of love. Okay? It might be easier for you to do than others, Aquarius, because you're kind of naturally that way anyway. Let's have a look here. Give me a second. I just need to feel good. All right, so that's good. Okay, we're good. Now, bless these cards, bless this deck, bless you, Aquarius, bless Terra Lumination, bless the whole channel and all the computers and the technology that allows us to share our energies like this. Thank you so, so much. Over here is the heart core energy at the very center. Heart needs what it needs, it wants what it wants, and it's praying that you, Aquarius, are listening. Are you listening, Aquarius? Are you nurturing yourself? Are you loving yourself to the max? Love thyself. That's what we do here at Terra Lumination, okay? So what are you bringing in with you? This could be legacy energy. You know, it's been it's been so stressful with the Leo Aquarius axis and the Taurus Scorpio axis. A lot of pressure on the Leo North Node, and a lot of that came from the Mars and Aquarius energy. But now Mars and Aquarius is starting to move back out of the retrograde through your sign again for pretty much, I think, the whole of the month. Let me just check. Yeah, it wasn't Capricorn, but it comes back into Aquarius towards the first week or two of the month. So you might feel really, really activated here. You might have been, you know, I don't want to dwell on the negatives too much. I'm hoping that you're coming out of all these challenges invigorated, okay? But it might be stressful. You might be a bit shaken up, okay? Over here is the ever present now. This is where we own our power. It's the healing power of now. Forget about the past. Forget about the future. The future takes care of itself, pending the decisions that you make now. Surely they're going to be conditioned by your so-called past, but it's in the now where you have your power. How conscious are you, Aquarius? How connected are you with your heart in the now? Because it is in the now where you activate your evolution through the healing power of your decisions, okay? Decisions are a faculty that we're very lucky to have as human beings. So let's make the best of it. If you want to live your whole life on autopilot, watch what happens. Good luck with that. Over here, this is the energy you have to be aware of when you're making decisions. And then once you have an awareness of that, how are you going to make the best of it so that you can love thyself in a way that's most effective for you, most loving for you, which is the best for your whole body, your loved ones, your life around you, and your whole auric energy field that affects the world around you. Think of the butterfly effect and all of that. Over here, we are generating consequences. When you consciously, deliberately engage, like what is the most loving thing you can do right now for yourself, and how are you going to do that? Okay? I know it sounds kind of silly, but that's what we're talking about here. Do you need to go grocery shopping? Do you need to start like a First Friday healing event? Do you need to take care of your grandmother? Do you need to visit some friends? Do you need to apologize to somebody? That would be perhaps the most loving thing to do. Who knows? But anyway, you generate consequences. What happens if you're just like ticking along? You're just doing everything because you're just so cool and natural and everything just flows and it's all autopilot. And who knows, you could end up like in a roadside ditch. What happens when you are conscious and you are aware that you're making deliberate loving choices to love thyself, and you can see the consequences, you can see the healing, you can see the revealing of what needs to be healed, and then you can go from there. Over here, what are the prospects for the next beat of the heart, which sets you up for the next hour's worth of beats, the next day, the next week, the next month worth of beats? Every beat leads into another beat. Why fill it with toxic and poison when you can fill it with love? Okay, over here, I'm hoping you can see that as a heart shape. I'm trying to fit that in there for you. And think of this as a pulsing living thing. And you are like raising yourself like a little baby, comforting, nurturing, caring for yourself. You sweet thing, you poor thing. What can I do for you now? Okay, let's have a look. Circumstantial energy, think of it as the weather. Okay, you're going to make the best of it. The Three of Swords. So if you've been under a lot of stress, Aquarius, which wouldn't surprise me at all, frankly, I'm not going to dwell on it much with the astrology and things, but with the Scorpio Aquarius axis, it's been really, really, really high pressure on you guys. Okay, no way out of it. It's not going to leave immediately. So be prepared for ongoing stressors in that department. If you feel if you've been fractured or betrayed or undermined, and that there has been interference in your life, even if whether you deserve it or not, it almost kind of doesn't matter. Whether you have been involved in like the treachery and betrayal of yourself, the treachery and betrayal of others, or you've been on the receiving end of treachery and betrayal, where it ends up as a lot of sharp pain, so to speak. A lot of this we feel in our heads. In the traditional deck, we see it as a huge, very painful, aching, bleeding, stabbed out heart. But a lot of this is in the mind. A lot of this we end up creating ourselves. It's very important to recognize when you see or sense this kind of super hyper stressful energy that it's out there, but are you going to let that stuff own you? What does the heart say? Okay. Okay, well, with the Seven of Swords, gosh, that's an awful lot of mental energy going on here. It's almost like, please be careful. Please, please, please be careful. The heart is saying, dear Aquarius, whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, I know you love me. You know that I love you. But please, there are so many stressful factors out there around right now that could undermine our well-being. All I'm asking is please be aware. I'm not interested in any more damage, pain, suffering, or loss, or betrayal uh, than necessary just to get through. Uh, Almost like the heart is saying, please, especially watch out for the Scorpio stellium, okay? We don't need to get hurt. We can learn from the challenges. We don't have to get bulldozed or run into a roadside ditch, okay? Please be careful. What are you bringing in with you, Aquarius? Seven of Cups. Okay, so if you're kind of in, I don't know, perhaps shell-shocked at the moment, where like we had those eclipses. We had the Leo Aquarius eclipses around in August, that kind of period in time. July 27th was epically stressful. Okay, I don't know if you recall that. And then the Leo new moon, I think that was July 12th. All of those would have been potentially extremely stressful chapters in your life, okay? And you could easily be dealing with the aftershocks right now. We are still in the vortex of the Leo Aquarius eclipses. Okay, and it's going to go on until the last one is in early January 2019. So there's still a lot on your plate to handle when it comes to stressors and pressure, okay, Aquarius? And your heart is saying, like, it's almost like, honestly, I can't handle it anymore. It's like it's too much. It's like almost going on the verge of, I'm not going to say insanity, but I just literally can't take it anymore. And you start wigging out, you start doubting yourself, wondering who you are, what are you doing here, why am I here, how did I get into such troubles and things. Even if you are a very buoyant Aquarius and everything's are bouncing along for you, we're looking at the things at the deep soul level here and how it like radiates throughout the rest of your life. Look at these little things. That's what I'm talking about here. The radiant energy that emanates out of your being, like an auric disco ball of love. And if you're kind of coming into, let's pretend this is a personal reading and you're here and you're like, I feel like I've been whacked on the head, completely stoned out of my mind. I have no idea what's going on or why or how to handle this. I would love for my dreams to come true in a way that I feel I deserve, but it's been incredibly stressful lately. What do we do now? Okay, so what happens now? Okay, well, with the Two of Swords, to me, this is a relief here. This is a very, very strong message for me as your reader, Tarot Lumination, to say, please, please be cautious, Aquarius. Avoid making any decisions if you don't feel confident about making decisions right now. It's perfectly okay to decide not to decide anything. It might be a good idea to be very, very defensive, very alert, very aware of all the potential pain and suffering that is being exposed, all the challenges and pressures that you're enduring. And instead of reacting and taking it personally and becoming combative, volatile, trying to challenge it, it might be better to like step back a little bit in the now, here, right now, and say, you know what? I just need to chill. I just need to chill. I need to gather the facts, gather information, and decide not to decide, and only decide when I'm ready to decide. And I'm not going to ignore any of the information or the feelings or the thoughts or the new awakenings that I'm perceiving around me. I'm going to accept them exactly as they are. I'm going to accept the disorientation that comes with such like upheaval and so much like, let's just say pain. Okay, we can learn so much from pain, but you don't have to live in a state of victimhood forever. This is, to me, it's a very loud message that it's time to be aware that you don't have to be a victim of whatever it is that ails you, and it's time to identify and admit and honor whatever it is that ails you, and then figure out what to do. How are we? Let's have a look at the healing power of your decisions. Okay. Well, with the 5 of coins here, it might, to my feeling is that, sorry, this is the 6 of coins here. It might be a good idea to like take a breath, okay? Calm down to earth a little bit. Let's just say your whole life has been like a high wire act for the last few months. Like even if you want to relax, you can't, because you're on a high wire. Okay, no matter how well rehearsed you are, no matter how gifted, no matter how talented, these eclipses, we're still living in the aftershocks, the eclipsopolis that I called it, and we still have to deal with it. And these eclipses affect us in very profound, like long-term ways, like they reverberate for months and months, like ding, 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 until we finally figure out what's happening, what to do with it all. And so it seems like you've been pretty seriously dinged here, Aquarius. And to go forward, it looks like the healthy thing is right now, be in the now, be aware that decisions are vital, but you don't have to make absolute firm decisions right now. Caution is very, very highly recommended here. And then once you've taken like the stress down, pretend you're on a higher wire act, and you admit and you honor yourself and realize that I am deeply stressed, I need to figure it out. Then you get back into a position of attitude of gratitude. Understand that whatever's happening to you is like karmically due, and whatever all the goods that come out of this are karmically good for you too. You deserve all the good things that are coming to you, and all the stressful things that you're becoming aware of are yours to own as well. And you're going to grow and learn so much from this, okay? So how do we do this effectively so that you are stabilized in your high wire act going through October? You know, theoretically, it's Libra season, which is harmonious for you. So that could give you a chance to, like, you know, do some breathing exercises and just chill a little bit, understanding that you're still under a lot of pressure and you're still on the high wire act holding that huge rod while you cross the Grand Canyon on a piece of wire. But you can handle it. You're stabilizing here. So go forward. This to me is the card of the high wire act. Understand and accept your fears. Understand and accept the damage and the pain that you've carried and that you are enduring. But also understand that you don't have to be a victim. You can own that. If you understand that you don't have to be freaked out. It's time to stabilize and balance. Know that you are loving and that you are loved. You are living evidence when you make your decisions in the past, before all this Leo Aquarius stuff came happening. If you were, as a good person, you would have already been exercising the energy of attitude of gratitude, being generous when it's needed, and being receptive to generosity when it's needed. And in so doing, breathe deep, in and out, center yourself, balance yourself, and understand that you're still going through precarious, scary energies here, and you're going to have to rely on your inner guidance. And you know you're going to come out the other side okay. And yes, it's going to be scary, but you do have this great stabilizing energy inside of you that you've already earned, so to speak. So you're generating consequences. The 7 of Wands here of proof. You start to realize, oh my gosh, I'm actually living proof that I can handle these stresses. I am actually on the higher ground. I am actually in the place where I can maintain my integrity. In fact, look at me now. I am gathering my balances, okay? Despite all of this, despite the treachery, despite the slipperiness, despite the potential for even more pain, and your heart is saying, please, please be careful. And you do it. You actually do it by being extremely conscientious and thoughtful with every tiny decision that you make, or giving yourself pause not to make decisions while you gather your breath and go forward anyway. You are become living proof to yourself that you do have the courage to move forward despite all the challenges and pressures it demands from everyone else around you. So what happens if you screw up and you think that can't be true? Okay, well, you're going to get what you deserve. Okay, and it might be you end up as the author of your own demise. Do you really want to do that and be that way? On the other hand, if you like stabilize and become conscientious, deliberately make the choice to love thyself first, doing the self-healing that is required, gathering your center and balance, being ready and willing and able to receive kindness and love and generosity in the evidence of that, physical material evidence, and then knowing that you can offer that when you come out of all of this stuff in a few months and come out the other side, again, you will get what you deserve, but this will be in the good way, okay? Judgment here. It's like resurrection, redemption, and liberation from all of this, okay? All of this pain here, okay? But it has to happen by deliberate choice. You have to make the decision to love thyself first, knowing that you've earned it and you have the right to do it, but you know that it's going to be challenging, okay? So you generate prospects, momentum for the next beat, moving. Like think of this as a pulse. Over here, the Knight of Wands. Okay, so it's almost like you are starting to turn into one of those, what are they, like not a perpetual motion machine, but a self-generating, like good energy breeds good energy. If you want to continue to, let's say, act or react to toxic negative energy, and like it's almost like taking the bait when somebody aggravates you and you get sucked into a fight. That's the worst thing you could do with this kind of reading. Whereas if you understand that you are under a lot of pressure and it's going to be continuous for a while, and you decide, I'm not going to take that bait. I'm going to deliberately, very carefully, step by step, get my way through this and come out the other side. And I'm going to liberate myself step by step by step, decision by decision. And then you start to realize, oh my gosh, I'm a freaking hero. It's a formula, man. It's a trick. It's an amazing party trick. Oh my gosh. Like I'm getting my game on here. I'm getting better and better at being my own amazing, awesome self. And I'm becoming living proof where when you get to the chance to start to see your own balance and how you overcome your own fears here by your own volition through your own choices, that feeds on itself. You realize, my gosh, I do have the skills, I do have the passion, I do have the commitment, I do have the courage to move on and endure and prevail against all of this and against all of this. It's almost like, you know what? You can't hurt me anymore. You can't hurt me, people. You can't hurt me, life. I'm already dealing with so much. I am now a skilled master at handling pain and suffering. So watch me now. Watch me now. Even facing my own fears. Watch me now. All right. Thank you, Aquarius. I hope you got something out of this. So I see these things like a movie, and all I try to do is narrate the movie as it comes out. I hope you enjoy this and get something out of it. Thank you for choosing Tarot Lumination. Bye-bye.